Alright, as much as I hate to do this, I got a video to show the difference. This is a seam that has no problems with it. You can see the dirt is in the seam and undisturbed. When we get to where the crack starts, you can see the very obvious crack, of course, but to show that this is current, there's dirt in this seam, and the dirt is disturbed all the way across the crack. This was not here before they did this work, and unfortunately it is now. It's unacceptable. This crack goes all the way across my driveway now, and the gentleman told me it was, you know, common for that to happen, but it didn't happen. I've been here for a year, and it happened where they were doing the work. Here's the other crack that just came, and this one goes all the way 2/3 across the end of the driveway. And this is the repairs that they were doing. And what had happened was this new poured concrete, they were pulling this out all the way around. And when they got to this corner, this section, they would cut it in sections. And then this section right here got hung up on this corner right here. And you can, of course, see the chips. The chips aren't that major, but what happened was this whole corner section right here, this whole corner came up off the ground at least probably 10 or 12 inches off the ground when they were using, I've got pictures and video, but when they were using the loader, they were lifting it up, and it literally picked it right up off the ground. And so what took place was they ended up cracking this corner right here, and then this intersection right here all the way across by lifting this section of the driveway up. It created unnecessary tension right there. Now, the gentleman said, well, maybe we could just put some caulking in that one. His concern is what he told me was down here, that it looked like maybe the concrete was maybe too thin when it was put down. Well, now I've got even more concerns. If he's admitting, and this is the man who put it down, if they're admitting that the concrete is thin in my driveway. I've talked to concrete people, and the real concern is this. That you can see here, the N2 sections are what are damaged. Okay, so here's the very obvious. He suggested we might be able to cut a seam like that one right here, and we could pour new concrete down in this whole section down here. The problem with doing that is my seams aren't going to line up anymore, okay? And then I'm going to have a very obvious discoloration. The other problem is if we come all the way back up to here, which he didn't even suggest, I'm not going to consider anything less. This is broken. They broke this. I didn't do this. This is something they did. So the problem is if we come all the way up to here, you can tell that is 2 sections out of only 4 for my whole driveway. So the problem is I'm going to have a very obvious different colored end of my driveway than the rest. And I've been assured by 2 concrete pourers that there's no way they're going to match those colors up. I asked this man if that was the case, and he told me, he said, unfortunately, we can't guarantee anything until after it cures, just like this concrete down here hasn't cured yet. So I'm not going to find that acceptable. I need another driveway. And the man from Morton, we didn't get that far into it. He's taking it back and going to figure out what we've got to do. But you can see, and I can take this to any section in my driveway, how that the dirt is in there and there's no cracks. Here's an intersection right dead in the center of my driveway. And here's exactly what I'm talking about. All that dirt that's in there, okay? But it's not evident. And here's another intersection, just exactly like the one down there. No cracks and no separation of the dirt. But you get down into this one, and this is the angle. This is where it would have buckled, if you will. Here's even fresh chips of concrete This wouldn't have been there prior. It's right there even in it. Fresh broken pieces of concrete that's just happened. Well, that's unacceptable. And I'm going to be the one that's going to have to suffer from this long term. These chips and chunks, they're saying, oh yeah, we can just put some caulking in that. Well, caulking's not going to be acceptable. I'm going to have these cracks and these chunks out of my concrete, and I'm going to have to live with this long term. And I hate it. They're really nice people. They were out here really working hard, but unfortunately they've destroyed the end of my driveway, and in the long run, that's going to be on me. I've got video and I've got picture where they actually came and got, this is a mat that I put down to keep any air conditioning residue coming off the car. And I got a video where they actually took this and set it. Well, you can see right there where they set it, but they set it right here when they had the backhoe out here doing the work. So it's unfortunate, but they're going to have to come and repair this. And again, like I said, they're really nice folks. They were really kind people, but unfortunately they've messed up my driveway, and they're responsible to fix that back. Here's the other major crack that goes all the way down through here. It's a smaller crack, but it's pretty obvious that it's and it goes right down about halfway across this main section. So